like, yeah, it's class. And I didn't look into her, but like I heard them going about, oh, she's off Jodie's show. And I was like, oh, like I'll try not to let me judgment cloud us because she's being funny. And I watched it. I ended up watching the whole show. Not a whole episode. Episode? Is it an episode? Well, that whole... Yes, episode. Anyhow, so I watched it. And I was like, oh, that was canny. Like, I wouldn't watch it again. But then again, I did. Because I went to my mum's on Sunday for my Sunday's dinner. And they watch all that celebrity stuff. I didn't like it. It's catty gash, boring, mind-numbing, stupidity-inducing crap. But... It was they said it was the final, so hey, and she was still in, so I watched it, and to be honest, I watched it, and I was proud when she won. I was like, well done, lass. Partly because she's Geordie, now I get the crack, but she was funny, and she was real, and I like that, that's good. And she was even saying herself, oh, I've been a dick in the years doing all this stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, fine, you're on a celebrity program, you're on a reality program saying this anyway. But I genuinely believed that, and it was very good. Heartwarming, yes. Rest of it, no, not really bothered about. But, anyhow, I digress. Like a corporate fucking... There's nothing more destructive than corporatism and capitalism as it is. See, like I've said before, capitalism, it had checks and balances. But under Reagan and Thatcher, everything was deregulated and the checks and balances went out the windy. Went out the windy, you bastard. Doing the swally. Anyhow, went right out the windy. And it became a free-for-all. And there's a guy called Max Kaiser. I think I'm turning Russian. He's on Russian today as well, but he's on other things. But he's really good at explaining the process of economics in an understandable way. That he knows how to get enough across so you know that it's important, and he avoids figures. That's the whole thing about if you watch Bloomberg. I used to watch Bloomberg when I had flipping Virgin, and I'd watch these. I tried really hard. See, I'm not good at the bookies either. I just get bored. But I was like, I tried really hard. I was like, oh, right. You'd get to a certain level of going, I know what that means, that figure, and I know what that means. Oh, that happened because this. And then I went, boo, bump, out the window, because it's just figures. The nipple slip is up on the downside with a 5.7 deflection. And if we go over to the scuttle cat, the scuttly cat is on it. It's gone up by 7, and it's going down by 76. And if you look at you can't get a broad overview of the economics because it's based on people watch that and wait for their number. They wait for the shares they've got somewhere, so they wait for that number to be announced. But if you're a proper economist, they love that shit. I'm not a proper economist. But what this guy does, he breaks it down and tells you why this means that and this and that means this. So, I've been watching him for maybe 6-7 years. And I'm getting into all this shit, and it's kind of freaky. I mentioned before the banking system. It's a sham. Prime example, austerity. Austerity, where we haven't got enough money to provide services for the people. We just haven't got enough money to provide services for the people. Not enough. Cut the services. This is also happening in America. Right? So, Tories cut all the services. Services don't work properly because there's been cuts. The press blame the services, and we watch the press, and we go, the bloody NHS is rubbish. Yes, it might be rubbish. It might have something bad might have happened, but it's defunded, you fuckwit. People who go, I fucking hate the council, they're shit. Well, if you hate the council and their shit, do something about it. Press them on things. That's what they're there for. They're not there to just do things. We're just so used to having fucking mommy and daddy tell us what to do in this country. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm not calling for a revolution, although it'd be kind of to watch on the telly. I'm calling for just get a bit involved and like get to know shit that's going on and fucking have a pop. Can't hear what you're doing. Pester people. Speaking of pestering people, you know, you'd think I'd been writing this shit up and been practicing or something. And I obviously wouldn't do that. I don't know how to do that. That's bad. Oh, I forgot her name already. So see, this is how bad I am. Tory bird. You know, all these people. And this is what happens with people who are pissed off, right? And I'm like, the same argument I've just made about the council can be made about the left. At the moment, regarding Syria. The people, the MPs who voted, who voted to strike Syria, they've been getting threats. And it's social media, and so they mean nothing. It's just people being brave, because usually you'll tend to find people who use those sorts of threats are idiots with names like fucking Zippy and George 39. You know, they've got a stupid name. Like you'll notice on social media, on SoundCloud, where you can listen to the songs from the Spheres. That's Lane Thomas Hewitt. SoundCloud, songs from the Spheres. You can download the Spheres songs, and you can listen to 99 Reasons by Nick Pride and the Pimp Bones with me on vocals, but you can't download it because it's not my song. But there you go. Plug out of the way. You get social media give you a bravery. So on social media, I have my full name everywhere. So on Twitter, LinkedIn, fucking Skype, it's Lane Thomas Hewitt. Because I'm just sick of fucking they don't know my real name, so I can just say anything. You're a dick, you smell of shit, I'm gonna kill you. And that's what's been happening. And what they're doing, they're actually making, the more you do that, it's like I mentioned last week about accuracy regarding the Syria, the build-up and all the photos, or look what the French have done already in Syria. And just all the pictures weren't even from that conflict, they had nothing to do with it. The same can be said from like so-called dissidents and fucking activists. Yeah, I'm an activist. You're just joining another group. Be yourself. Look out for the bullshit. Be honest with yourself, and then attack, because that's more destructive than just sending pictures of fucking dead people to politicians. Like, I'm not upset for the politicians at all. They are in that position. They're gonna get shit if they do something bad, especially when it's something regarding people's death. So, you know, I think the people the MPs who are taking it to court are just being wankers and being anti-Corbyn, because the whole underlying, it's all like Simon Dancyuk and all that lot. The whole underlying thing is to ridicule the anti-war aspect. So look at the evil. They're not evil, they're just being dicks on online. Everybody's a dick online. I am, and I use my full name. But I'm not hiding, that's just the way I am. I like taking the piss. You know that, I'm doing it now to you smelly bastard. But the whole, it's stupid, right? But this one woman, and I wish I'd remembered her name. I'm going to look for her name now. Extremely professional is. Ooh, that's me pulling the microphone thingy out of me thingy thing. She's a Tory MP person, woman type thing. Oh man, she's lied about a death threat, basically. I don't think she's childish enough to just, what's her name? Why is it so hard to find? This is the thing, the press. It's so hard to find her name. Yet she's done something which is absolutely, totally against fucking democracy, and she's a fucking Tory MP. Where is it? So yeah, I want to read it out as well because in context it works. Here she is, Lucy Allen, the fuckwit. She's an absolute fuckwit. Right, and I'll read out the tweet that she said she got from a guy called Rusty Shackelford. So there you go. There's the anonymity. So already he's hiding behind a silly little name. So he's bound to be extremely controversial, man. And actually, I've heard him on the radio today. He's a canny lad. And I want to read what it says, but it's not coming up, motherfucker. Yeah. What she hasn't realised is people who do this, and I don't even like the word troll. They're just having a laugh. You just think they're funny, and they're not trolls. Trolls don't exist, I'm afraid. Here we go. This is what she tweeted. MPs get a lot of abuse online. Mostly, I just take it. That just normalises it and makes it acceptable, which it isn't. So starting today, I will publish it. You have been warned. This is from Rusty from Dolly. Look, I know you're just a robot, or at least a person so detached from reality that you have no empathy for anyone but your super rich buddies and benefactors. But at one point you must have felt some kind of emotion towards other people. Unless you've gone full Cameron, rendering you an empty shell of a human being, containing nothing more but pure venom and spite for anyone worse off than you, in which case there is no hope, unless you die. Believe that? From Rusty Shackleton. You just added the bit where it says unless you die. I never wrote that, and he posted the link of the actual... See, he saved it. You can't pull that shit. She's lying. So she's flat out said, there is no hope unless you die. That's what he said to her. And he didn't. That's an MP. That's an MP. And the press haven't fucking touched it. James O'Brien did this morning. Give him his worth. Press haven't gone near it with a fucking barge pole. James O'Brien did on LBC on radio. Daily Mail brushed on it. This is the weird thing. The Daily Mail's been very anti-Tory. I'm loving this shit. It's not exactly pro-Corbyn, but it's like, what's happening? I think even the Daily Mail is saying, hang on, this is just bullshit. They're not bigging Corbyn up or the left, but they're certainly going, you're just making yourself look like dicks. We've supported the Tories for yonks and you're looking like dicks. And they're looking like dicks. The guy is actually called fucking something Watling. Mr. Watling. After being confronted online, Mrs. Allen deleted the post, then hilariously claimed that the 3 extra words were from another email, and the post was an example of the comments she'd received. So this is what she replied. So after he kicked off saying, I didn't want to feel that like, she took it down and wrote this. Rustygate. Huh? Rustygate. Do you get it? I don't even think she really, that was a joke, because like gates get rusty and that. I posted actual comments made to me on the same day, although not in the same email. Comments were added to the post as they came in. I posted